David just at the time came back from Africa. He was set free from drugs, and David is very bold and a little bit too bold. And so David went to Sauna and he evangelized to everything that moved. And so people, objects, plants, everything. And so, but this happened to be Louis sitting, and what David did not know is Louis actually was contemplating to end his life, and Louis was addicted to drugs, and Louis struggled with that. And so David scoots to Louis in the sauna and says, hey, I gotta tell you, and at that time, David is a lot calmer now. At the time, if David opened his mouth, he wouldn't shut it up for 30 minutes nonstop. Even if you leave, he'll walk behind you and talk. Yeah. Even when I would see him in the gym, I would avoid him. And when he would talk to other people, I was like, make sure you don't tell them you come to our church. Let's just say you go to some other church. Because I was like, man, he just talked to everybody. I mean, he absolutely had no shame. And he kept telling people, I was an addict, I was mental, I was crazy, Jesus set me free. And so he scoots to Louis in the sauna and he just talks and talks and talks. And it's like, you're supposed to sit there for 15 minutes. But David's testimony is 30 minutes. So poor Louis is dying in sauna, and David isn't letting him go, and Louis is being polite. He doesn't want to interrupt this guy's religious presentation. And David is going and going and going until Louis is realizing, if I don't accept Jesus, I'm going to burn in a place like this. So Louis excused and he says, I gotta go. And so and David is like, yeah, okay, you can go now. And so Louis leaves, and 2 months later he comes to David and he taps him on the shoulder. He says, remember that time that you almost killed me in the sauna with your religious presentation? I was supposed to end my life, but I didn't. Something happened that you shared. I don't know if it was the heat or the message. I haven't been doing drugs for already 2 months. Where do you go to church? This was Wednesday or Tuesday. Wednesday night, Louis showed up and he stood out like a sore thumb because that was the first new person I've seen in a long time. So like, when you see a new person, you're like, they're just gonna stand out.